Good morning, everyone. It is week 3 of our at-home learning. I think we're all starting to get used to things, which is really great. Wanted to just give you some background information about what we're going to be working on this week. So we're still focusing on industry, but just in a bit of a different way. So last week was sort of introductory. So we talked about the different levels of industry: primary, secondary, tertiary, and they all sort of build upon one another. So we're already seeing right now, in terms of what's happening with the pandemic, that a lot of those service industries, those are the ones that are really kind of suffering the most. That we have our primary, we have our secondary industries are still functioning. They're changing in terms of what they're actually creating. Because the demand has changed, but our service industries are really the ones that are kind of suffering, and we see that right now. So the different levels of industry really are sort of built upon one another, and that's one of the things that we noticed during this pandemic. The other thing that you looked at was the 7 locational factors for where an industry would necessarily locate. So lots of reasons why certain industries locate in certain places. And in Manitoba, we see that a massive industry that we have is the agricultural industry. And that's due to location, because we are surrounded by a great deal of land. And that land we use to grow grains, but we also raise animals. And so the hog industry is one of the major industries that we have here in Manitoba. And lots of you pointed out some really great reasons for that, one being the land, and then also the availability of a market. So, Manitoba is sort of right in the center of Canada, and so we have this market where we can then transport all of that really great food outside to other provinces and even into the United States. So this week, what we're going to focus on is the materials economy. So the materials economy is really about sort of the production. So it's sort of the production of stuff. So where's our stuff come from? How is it made? What are the impacts that it has? That's really what we're going to be focusing on. And so for today, what we're going to do again is just some introductory information about the materials economy. There are 5 stages in the materials economy. The first stage is the extraction stage, right? So we've talked about this before. We've got to take this stuff out of the ground, whatever that might be. We've got to extract those natural resources. Then we have to turn it into a product. Then we have to get it to the market. We've got to distribute it. People are going to consume it, and then we have to do something with it afterwards, right? There's usually some sort of byproduct of it, something left of it. And what we're noticing is that materials economy is really linear. And so we take in all of the stuff at the one end, and then we sort of like dispose of it at the other end. And that can be really problematic. So we're really going to start to think about and analyze this economy that we have. And are there any ways that we can change it along the way, so maybe it doesn't have so many issues and problems. So for today's lesson, really what it's going to be is just about sort of getting your brain thinking about this sort of materials economy that we live in. So there's some pictures that I want you to sort of take a look at, and it really is just your thoughts. What do you think? What do you see? What does it make you think of? Are there questions that come up because of it? And then I'm going to ask you to examine just the products around your house. So like, where are your clothes made from? You'll find made in symbols on almost every product that you have in your home. So check your electronics, check the clocks on your wall, your pictures, your clothes, your shoes, your school supplies. So let's just sort of take a look at it and examine, where are our products coming from? And it's going to be really interesting, I think, for you to see that they come from all over the place, right? So some questions about that. And then the last thing is really just watching this video called The Story of Stuff. And it really gives us an introduction to this materials economy and those 5 stages. And so just watching that and then just taking a few little notes. And then the rest of the week, we're going to probably just sort of break those stages down and go into them into a little bit more depth and analyze them a little bit in terms of what the impacts are. I do have some really exciting news to share with you. And I figure because it's Monday, this would be kind of exciting for everyone. So I want to show you something that is new to me and new to our family. Is this little girl, Marley. Say hi, Marley. Say hello, little girl. Hi. This is Marley, and she is 7 weeks old. She's a Labrador Retriever, and and she's very, very, she's got a lot of energy, and she likes to chew on absolutely everything, but she's super sweet. But she's keeping me really, really busy. She's keeping us all busy, but she's super sweet. Anyway, Mondays with Marley. I figure that's a good way to start the week, is to just hang out and see what Marley's up to. So today she's just hanging out because she got up at 6 a.m. So it's been an early morning. Anyway, if you have any questions, make sure that you email me, message me, and I will try and get back to you as quickly as I can.